Okay, so we're gonna play this game one more night, right? We're gonna play one more night, uh, until I get to a high enough night, right? So, with friends, so I have played this before, with buddies and stuff, we have gotten to around, I think it was like night 15, 16. I think our longest overall was like night 17, I want to say, or 18. So, we're gonna try to go for, I'm gonna try to go for night 20 solo. Now, I know you might be saying, you guys got to night 18 with partners, that means night 20 is not going to be possible. Well, you'd be surprised how good I am at Five Nights at Freddy's. Nah. Most likely, if anything, I'm going to just try to shoot for night 15. If I can get to night 15, I'll be happy. So, my plan is I am going to try to focus on one set of animatronics. So there are So there are two sets of animatronics that can happen, like two types of threats. There's camera threats and there's room threats. Room threats are obviously animatronics or whatever that show up in the room. Or can enter the room through the doors where I must shut them, so on and so forth. Now, with camera animatronics, they vary just as much as roomed animatronics. Camera animatronics, I have to focus on different cameras. Some of them might even come to the room that I have to watch them. So my first tactic I'm going to do is focus on roomed animatronics. So like Fran here, he will appear at the window, and obviously the arrows that are pointing up above his head will tell me where he's going to be going. And then we have Roxy. She appears in the storage and moves to maintenance where the damage is the wires. So she's gonna mess with my power, but she's a cameraed person, so I don't really want to focus on her. And then we also have Barry. He starts on the stage and moves towards the right hall. If you look at him, he will push back, meaning that I would have to look at him through the camera. So also another camera person. So these two are obsolete immediately, so we will go with Fran. Now we have these three. Now Jordy, he shows up at the door, and all I have to do is I just have to close the door. Not too difficult. Old Bunny, now he does show up on cameras and he goes into the vents, but I could very easily just stay off cameras anyway and just put on my mask every time he shows up. Then there's Fox, where he will locate in Prize Corner. Staring at him will freeze his movement to the light. Using the camera light will cause him to step back, so on and so forth. So obviously, again, camera person, somewhat of a camera person, but also manageable without ever using them. So we're just going for Jordy. Okay, these two are perfect examples of what I was talking about for variety with camera people. Zuffy and FN Noob both do the exact same thing, they're just in different vents. Basically, I have to go on the camera and look at them in the vent to get them to go away. Meaning that I would have to go on the vents and I would have to look at them to get them to go away whenever I hear them in the vents. That's manageable, but why focus on these two when we have Rush here, which basically he's just going to rush. He's going to start zooming towards the left or right door, and basically I just have to shut it before he gets there. So he won't be too bad. So here we'll obviously show our threats that we have. I just have to click on them to show you. Obviously, like I said, these are roomed animatronics or roomed threats. So I just have to focus on the room and don't really need to look at the cameras. The only thing that the camera is going to be really useful for is obviously getting my power back up for whenever I use my flashlight, and that's basically going to be it, or using the doors. So obviously we're going to try not to use those, so use up power too much, so we're just going to be watching for everybody. Also, noise is kind of back and forth with this game. Sound cues are kind of back and forth with this game. So, obviously, whenever you hear a bang like that, or this person banging on the door, you can just immediately open it. You don't actually have to wait till he stops knocking to then open the door. You would naturally think that you have to, but you'd be surprised you really don't. Oh shit. So obviously that's wherever I would actually look for power. See, look, he was knocking and the door was already open, but he didn't jump scare me. So you don't actually have to listen for that. That's not... It's kind of just there for ambience. It's not something that you actually need to focus on. So Fox has been back and now Chicken's here. They're started on the stage and makes her way towards the right hall. I have to listen for her and then look at her through the cameras. Well, close the door and look at her. So Worm Cave, he will appear in front of your cameras. Don't look at the cameras while he's in front or he'll jump scare you. Switch cameras to make him leave. His jump scare will stun you for a few seconds. So obviously he's a camera threat, but he's kind of like your balloon boy, your phantom balloon boy from FNAF 3. So we would actually want him because then he won't be a threat basically at all, unless he's on the power camera where I would need to get my power back up. But obviously that's not going to be an issue if, well, I just switch off of it really quickly and switch back on. So we're not going to be doing... Okay, so this is another thing, a part of the game, are penalties. Penalties are basically these things where obviously they all do different things. So now Rush will turn into ambush, which means that he'll come back or maybe bounce between the doors. Tiptoeing, it will make it to where I can no longer... You can see him on the cameras and falling debris, but we cannot hear him, and shaking the screen will no longer be a thing. Cross the wires obviously makes it to where the left door now shuts the right and the right door now shuts the left instead of them shutting their own doors. So naturally these are kind of all three of these are actually pretty bad, but we're just gonna go tiptoeing because I'm sure I can be fine without sound cues. But we'll see how long that lasts. So you get 3 lives for this game. If you're playing with friends, if one friend dies, then it doesn't mean that it's like the end of the game. But if everybody dies, you will lose a life. But yeah, so basically, if all your friends die, no matter how many you're playing with, if all of them die, then you'll lose a life. If only one of them die, you actually don't lose a life, and it just means that they get put into the choice screen, which you saw me at now twice. For the rest of the night until the night is either beaten or everybody does actually end up dying. So naturally playing with friends is a little bit better whenever it comes to keeping your lives, because then you can always just die from something BS related and then your friend can carry out the rest of the night depending on how long they are still in the night. Now every night is only 90 seconds, I believe it was. We'll check. So obviously you can see the info of the night. Yeah, so every night is only 90 seconds long. You can also get, well, these are animatronics, hold on. So ball will appear around the room. Don't stand under one or you'll get damaged. Unless I'm wearing the mask. Ziguesto, entrance, keep an eye on him, make sure he'll leave, sneak around the back door, close it. So, oh, so for solo, he actually has a sound cue for running to the back door. So, that's not bad, but honestly, faster when the light flickers, make sure to look at Screech before it damages your mask, killing you if you don't have any more masks. I don't know what that means. Man, I don't think Zagesta would be too bad, but I don't know if that sound cue is only on the camera or for the room. So I say we just go for Screech and we just have to look at him. So now this is where we'll get inventory, which are basically good stuff. So more threat choices, a Wheel of Fortune, which is basically gotcha, and then a Tarot Cloth, which makes it to where more tarot cards show up. I only have 20, so I feel like we should go for Wheel of Fortune because then we have chances of getting something good. Well, we didn't, but yeah, you get the idea. Night 3. Okay, so now we have Screech. I just have to make sure to look at him whenever he shows up. Not too bad. So yeah, so it's night 3. Oh. There you go. That's night 3. Easy, easy, easy. So now these are more these are 2-room guys, and this is obviously Barry that we saw at the very beginning. Jan will basically mean that there's going to be something in the, there's going to be a little cleaning supplies, things that I have to hold to interact with. And then math, I just basically have to do math. For convenience sake, we'll just do Jan, because it would take less, but... Yeah, so see, this is what where I'm talking about, that now he's a door camper if I put that one. But, we'll just burn our battery. Why not? I'm not too worried about battery. Oh no, 90. Okay, I'll just keep it shut. No! No, shut it! Ah. That was only because that had nothing related to power or nothing. It was purely because I accidentally opened up the camera. So obviously, if it's not obvious, I am playing on console. So the interact button is the sprint button. So R2 is interact with the camera. R2 is also to sprint. So I'm interacting with the camera while running. So R2 is a sprint, and R2 is also to interact with the cameras. So I just accidentally interacted with the camera. That was the only downside of that. I don't think we would have died. I really don't. But yeah, every time you die, they also put like little details of showing that you were here one night and did die. Oh. So, definitely getting a little crazy. But, oh yeah, also every single animatronic that you avoid, every person you avoid, you get money. Not a lot, but some. I believe it's every animatronic yeah, every animatronic you avoid, you gain funding from. So, okay, so it's not going too bad, but I can definitely say, from actually playing this before and everything, like I said, I have played this. Um, I can definitely say that maybe a camera shot would be more convenient because now looking at this, it is a little bit hellish, focusing on the room only. So, might have been a bad call, but we ball. Alright, so Balloon will just show up through the vents, but all I have to do is shine my light on him. This is Math, and then Old Barry, basically I just have to put on my mask whenever he's coming close. So, we'll just do Math. I want to be bad, but I don't have the funding. We'll increase our power again. Go back to 90. I mean, we'll go back to 100. Honestly, we should have just saved it. Oh, that was a bad financial choice. I should have just saved the money. Also, I need to be careful whenever I'm running from here to here because the math guy shows up here, and even if the choices don't show up, they're there, and if I accidentally click one, then he'll think that I'm actually answering his question and I'll die. No! Oh, god damn it, again? Ah. Yeah, I think it might be... That's so annoying. I don't think this is an issue on PC. I could be wrong. But that's so dumb. I don't think running is left click on mouse, but then again, I could be wrong. I don't know what the controls are for PC, but I'm sure this is probably gonna be easier for you guys, but I'll tell you this. This camera is the death of me right here. Wait. Okay. I don't even remember what our new threat was. Wasn't it Balloon Boy? I don't even hear you. That's kind of irritating. Yeah, and the math isn't hard. It's not like 50 times 73 or something. I'll just keep you close. Yeah. And it's not times or anything either. It's just, I'm pretty sure it's just subtraction and addition. Okay, when I'm not on the camera, this isn't all too bad. When I'm not accidentally clicking on the camera, you know, we're not dying. Who was the person that we did? Oh wait, yeah, we did Math Guy. That was our new threat. I so thought that we had Math for a while. Ooh. Oh, the Shoreman. The Shoreman's cool. So every time you open up the camera, you basically just have to press, well, for console, L1, 3 times to get him to go away. But since I won't ever be on camera, this is just a free choice. Claustrophobia reduces. Jody will run to another door after dealing with him. That was fun. We'll just burn our battery again. But I have to clutch up hard to get to night 15 if that's where I'm wanting my first thing to be, especially only having one life. Depending on how well this goes, I might try again. And I could always just try the same tactic again. I feel like I really got messed over because of this camera. I don't think if I didn't have the camera issue with interacting with it while running past it, I don't think we would have died. I don't think I have to deal with Destroy Man, but then again I could be wrong. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Ah, I got distracted talking about if I had to deal with Destroy Man. Well, it's best to know actually. Hold on, let's check. Go through the type of virus and it affected your laptop. Click the pop-up that appears to get rid of it. If the pop-up completes, it would drain all of the power in the building. Oh, okay, so Destroy Man actually was a bad call. That's what happens when you don't read, but anyways, it doesn't matter. We ended up dying. So, right now, I'll just kind of leave it at that. But we'll try again. We'll try again with either doing the same tactic, but obviously being a bit more innovative. Everything is random whenever you play, so maybe you get a better choice than me. Kind of just depends, but obviously, if you want to try this, the game is called One More Night. If I can play it on console, I'm sure you could play it on PC or iPhone, tablet, whatever you play it on. But yeah, so that's basically it. I had fun though. I'm definitely going to try this again. But I don't know if I'll try the same tactic or maybe I will. Maybe if I get good enough at this, I'll go crazy and I'll start doing both at the same time. Focus on camera people and room people. But just depends. So